Hey, this is Doug from Dynamite Doki, and today I wanted to kind of talk about a game that I've been playing recently called Dauntless by Phoenix Labs, I believe. And it's basically I want to say the first Western attempt at making a real Monster Hunter game. Like, I've seen some other kind of inspired by, games inspired by it, but this is the first attempt I've seen at making a true Monster Hunter game. And so far, it's fantastic, and I just wanted to kind of show it off a little bit. So, here's the town. I think I'll go into that a little bit more in a little bit. I think I'll go show you the combat first, since that's the most important part. So let's get right into it. This game actually has some cool monsters. I like all the ones I've seen so far. You've got the Gnasher, which is a monster based on a beaver, which is interesting, I think, and a lot cooler than I thought. You've got the Shrike, which I consider to be the flagship monster of this game. I don't know if it is, but that's the monster that I've come to kind of associate with this game. It's this big, cool owl, and I like that a lot. The Embermane, which is, I believe it was a fire horse. I've only actually fought it once, I don't know. The Skraev, which is the ice version of a Shrike. Charg, which is a really cool flame turtle. Drask, which is like a big lightning lizard. And I haven't fought a Quillshot. I don't know what that is, to be honest. But they've all been really cool. So I think right now I'll show off the Skraev. Yeah, so let's go. So we wait. We'll see if I can find someone. Oh, yep, there we go. So this game is in it's in like closed alpha right now. It's like at the tail end of its alpha. At the moment you have to pay into it, I think. I think the minimum is $40 to get into it. But I believe it's going to be free to play eventually. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too bad as far as free to play goes. It looks like only cosmetics and stuff and emotes and things are going to cost too much. Or going to cost anything. But anyway, so one cool thing I like about this game, there's no zones or anything. And you basically have to find the monster, and when you find it, in this case the monster spawned right in front of us, which is interesting, but you throw these flares up in the air, and they're real cool, and they're fully customizable. Like, you can get, they're not fully customizable, but you can unlock more of them. Like, I've got this cool ram. That guy's actually pretty cool looking turtle. Whoa. Okay. So, as far as combat in this game, you got these are your combos. I'm using the axe right now. It's basically the great sword of the game. You've got at the moment the weapons are all pretty simple. You've got your charge moves, just like in Monster Hunter. You can move around with some of them. Ooh. Ooh. You can move around with some of them, like this one. Some, like this one, you can't move around with. And it's basically all about charging up and doing big damage while being a little slow. But anyway, before I die, so our monster here is a Skraev. He's this big owl monster. He's got, jumps around, he can fly, he can punch you with his little owl hands. But he can, big thing is he's got all these ice moves, which I'm sure we will see. Like, he can do a ground slam and ice shows up. Oh, this one's cool. He can do that, and the ice will actually stay around. The outer ice will stay around for a while. And he can create a little shield with it. He can... No, he's not doing it right now. Oh, we wounded him. Or, well, I don't know if we wounded him. We hurt him bad enough. Now he's kind of limping when he does. Yeah, there. He can do this little slash move where he can make those little ice things, and they become kind of like mines essentially. And if you touch them, they hurt you. Maybe he's wounded. But, yeah, he's super cool. He can shoot this big, cool tornado. I love the art in this game. It's really cool. It looks almost like a painting. And, like, it's got kind of that, like, I don't know if it's cel-shaded, but it's something like it. And it's real good. It reminds me, the game itself reminds me a lot of the, less so than the newer Monster Hunters, and more like the original Monster Hunter. Like, at the moment at least, there's not a lot of weapons. I think there's 4 weapons at the moment. Ooh. There's 4 weapons at the moment. There's an axe, there's a sword. That's just like your basic, you know, your simple beginner's weapon. Then there's like there's scythes that have some range that you can throw. There's and then there's the craziest weapon is probably the gun hammer, which honestly isn't even that crazy. It's just kind of you hit them, and then but you can also shot attack. Every weapon also has a special meter, which is that meter under the under my stamina meter, which gives you a special attack, and everyone's is different. Which mine is this. So you hit him with it. It also sends a little shockwave out that you couldn't see. And what it does is, you notice the bar is white above my my special meter, or around it, I guess. That gives me like a boost in power. And oh, okay. And I can stack that. And what he just did, and as far as I can tell, every monster in this game can do it. He went into like what I consider to be like another form, kinda. It's like the Rage in Monster Hunter, but it's usually like elemental based. Like he shot fire out, which I imagine that's placeholder, because the other version of him, the default little owl monster, the I forget what it is fire based. And I imagine he's gonna have some kind of ice thing eventually. But yeah, for now he shoots out fire. Every monster can do something like that. And it always looks super cool. And they usually get, you know, just like in Monster Hunter, when the monsters get mad, they get better combos. Alright, we just wounded him. See how, like, things like that. We just wounded him, like you can see on his little arm there. Under his arm there, he's wounded. Those seem to be able to heal over time. I'm not actually sure. Like, they don't go away, but like I noticed when they can go from like bloody to not bloody. So I think those can heal. So these things are interesting right there. that is kind of your way of healing when you don't have any health potions left, and it's shared between everybody. And I think it's shared all over. Like, see how there's another one over there? I don't think that one. I don't know. I don't think that one has. No, it does. I'm wrong. It's not shared between all of them. And well, I tried to show you it, but it'll let you heal if you're out of potions, but everybody shares it. So if I use all of it right now, nobody else can use it. Another thing this game's got going for it is it's got this. Heal this guy first. There we go. It's got these lanterns. And basically you make them out of the monsters, just like everything else in this game, or any other Monster Hunter type game, and they have different abilities. Like, you start with one that's got that didn't work. You start with the one that gives you better. Thank you. That gives you better stamina recovery, I think. And then you can build new ones. Like the one I have, and what a lot of people have, is the one that heals you and everybody else around you a tiny, tiny bit over time. And most people have that one. I'm not actually sure if there's any other kind in this alpha right now. Whoop. But yeah, I imagine there's going to be a bunch of them eventually. Another interesting thing that this game has going on is I don't know what you call it, its revival system, I guess, like the lose conditions. Basically, there's a little... it's hard to see, but there's a little number right to the left of my health bar, and that little circle. And basically that's your danger, and that fills up. I think it fills up when you get hit, but it fills up really quick if someone's downed. If someone's downed, it fills, or it doesn't fill, but it goes up. And if it goes to 100, I believe you lose. I don't actually know, I've never lost before. I've gotten close, but I believe that's how it works. And it's kind of an interesting system. It means you kind of have to revive people. You kind of have to work as a team. You can't leave somebody, dying and just let them go, because it's gonna hurt you. And I think it's an interesting system as opposed to the Monster Hunter style. If you go down more than 3 times, you lose. It's kind of interesting. Like I said, I'm not mega far in this yet, but I think it could be an interesting system. Ooh. Let's see if I can revive this guy. So, oh no, probably could have revived him, huh? Trying to save your friend. So the AI in this game actually seems like pretty smart. Like Monster Hunter to me always, the monster, as far as they're targeting, to me always felt like they just kind of take turns. As opposed to like actually targeting anyone for any reason. Like there seems to be an aggro system right now. Hey, we beat it. These ones actually seem to go after you if they see you're healing somebody. Place my banner down. And, like, they'll go after you if they see you reviving someone. If they see you healing, they'll target you. I think that's pretty cool. So you actually have to be careful. So yeah. Another thing I like about this is I like the difficulty. It reminds me a lot more of the original Monster Hunter, which is, I think, a lot harder than the modern ones. Well, before I go into that, so you get cores. They're loot boxes, essentially. I'll show you those in a little bit, but I like the going back to the difficulty. I like it. Like, you notice, I mean, partially I'm doing bad because I'm doing this and talking on here while doing this, but it is hard. Like, you take a lot of damage. The monsters hit hard. The other thing that reminds me a lot of the original Monster Hunter is there's not a lot of weapon types. You don't have a ton of moves. Like here, like right now, I don't know if this will change, but here's my moveset for my axe, and it's pretty simple. Like, I've got 2 combos, and I actually hope they expand that a little bit in the future. But right now, it's not that bad. I mean, it makes the combat feel a little more focused, and I think that works. I love the. I said it before, I like the style a lot, like the art, but I really like here's my guy, he's got this nice armor. I love the look of his axe, which is made of the normal version of that thing we just fought. And, yeah, so, here's what those things we got, those cores at the end. You go here, they're loot boxes. They're literally loot boxes. Got this one, which I don't actually know what these style things for. I think they're for like emotes and like I think I got a banner or something from them once. I have no idea what Chroma Dust is. It fills this bar. I have no idea what that does. But these are cores you get from your guy, from whatever you fought. They'll have stuff from your actual whatever you fought, and you seem to get bonuses from like from opening them in parties, which I actually shouldn't have left that party before I opened this. See how it says boost down there? And yeah, I think I have some. Yeah, I have some from like other hunts that I didn't open yet. So we'll open those, and you get like extra monster parts and oh. Got a lot from this one. You get extra monster parts and things like that to help you make things, and that's pretty much all they are. They're kind of like what you would get in Monster Hunter as your bonus items after you beat the quest. So a little more about like how this works. You got your loadout, and this game, I don't have a ton of them yet. But this game seems to be pretty heavy on items. Like you can get a bunch of items, but you can only bring 5 with you. A healing item, an offense item, a defense item, a flare, and an air support. There seems to be several of each, like healing. Like right now I have the heal over time, which heals more, I think, than the regular potion, but it's slower, and it doesn't just give you it all at once. You've got offense items, which at the moment I have the Berserk Potion, which is increased damage but lower resistance, a Stamina Potion, which increased my stamina. I think this is an offense item. No, it's a defense item. You get defense items, which are like healing stuff usually. This one, you place it down, it heals everybody slowly. This is a Revive Talisman. It lets you get up real quick. This lets your whole team get up if they fall. You've got flares. These are all they're just different designs for your flare. They're cool. I like I said before, I really like the flares. They look good, and they're a nice way to kind of find the monster. or realize where a guy who found the monster is at. You've got air support. The only one I've actually gotten is the resource spotter, which just marks where nearby resources are at. This game, like Monster Hunter, has, gathering, crafting, and things like that. And this kind of helps you do that. I honestly haven't seen any other ones, so I don't know what else you have. I'm going to guess you eventually get ones that, like, drop healing potions or something for you if you need them. But yeah, that's that. Here's your weapons. There's, like I said, there's axes, swords, hammers, chain blades, and then something else eventually. Not a ton of weapons, none of them really. Like, I showed you my axe combos, I only had 2. I think the sword probably has the most at like 4. None of them are all that crazy, honestly. Here's your armor and your lantern. You have little skills on your armor for upgrading them and stuff. I don't know if they're like set bonuses or anything, but when you upgrade them, you get like, this is beacon. I have no idea what that does. This is kind of like the evade skill in Monster Hunter. Like, it gives you a little bit of invulnerability when you evade and things like that. Oh, you can also sorry about the mouse clicks. Some of these menus you have to navigate with the mouse because it's still on alpha. But you can go in here and customize what you want your character to look like. I haven't really fooled around with this too much, to be honest, yet. But that's cool. It's a little more than the little tiny dies you could get for in Monster Hunter or whatever they're called. You can actually fully customize them however you want. I like that. A little bit about the town. Here's your town. It kind of, one of my problems with this game is it kind of plays when you're in the town, at least it kind of plays like an MMO. And so you got little quest guys. So far, at least none of them are all that interesting. You
got
just
any news for me?
Kind of talk to them. They give you one line, then they tell you to go, and usually they tell you to do something, but a lot of times they also, and I don't like this, a lot of times they'll go, hey, how you doing? Your quest is to go talk to this other guy, and then you'll go talk to them, and they'll go talk to this other guy, and I know MMOs like to do that, but I don't like that. I'm not an MMO fan. I'm not a fan of a lot of things MMOs do, really. But yeah. So anyway, about the town, you've got, it's clearly not done yet. There's a lot of nothing. There's a lot of stuff like this guy over here who just has a big coming soon sign, and you can kind of use him a little bit, but and you can build banners and whatever chroma core is and all this other stuff, and they're banners and stuff that you can use to customize your banner. Yeah, so that's cool. You've got people who you can go to build stuff. Like, you don't actually craft in your inventory, which I would like that to be changed eventually. It's kind of annoying to have to go to people, especially since they don't actually have, like, it's not obvious where you have to go for some of these things. You got your armor crafting here. You can make armor from the different things you kill. You can upgrade them, like, what was my current? Yeah, this is my current armor here. And you can kind of upgrade them. Here, if you go, here's your weapon guy. Same deal. It's just like Monster Hunter. The menus are a little iffy right now because they're an alpha. But you can go here, like, here's my current weapon. I can't really build too much new stuff, but I can upgrade this one. Yeah, you get upgrades. You can make some new stuff. It's nice. build.
When it comes to
And that's that.
practice makes
Really, that's mostly all you can really do here for now. The only other guy really is, I think it's this guy.
There you are, my friend.
No, it's not this guy. It's this guy. Where you go to build your
got that look in your
potions and stuff, which I actually need.
That'll be all then?
And you equip it here. And yeah, that's pretty much what you do in the town. It's definitely not done yet. There's gonna be more. But yeah, I'm really liking it. Maybe I'll go on one more quest and I'll shut up and just show you what it's like to hunt something. We'll hunt. I don't know, let's hunt a Quillshot. I haven't actually hunted one of those, so that'll be fun. We'll see something new. Alright, so let's see if we can find a hunt, and then once I do, I will shut up. In fact, I will shut up now and skip right to whenever the hunt starts. See you then. So yeah, that was Dauntless. It's really, really good so far. If you're a fan of Monster Hunter, if you're a fan of any of the entire genre, I recommend checking it out. I think it's gonna go into I think the closed beta is gonna start on the 1st of September. It's in alpha right now. You had to either sign up or buy into it. Like I said, I think you have to buy into the beta too. I think it's like $30, maybe $40. It's gonna be free to play when it comes out. It's gonna go into open beta eventually. I think later this year. It's great. I mean, the monsters are cool. I mean that monster I just fought, was it called Quill Beast or something? I never seen that before. That was the first time. That thing was cool. It was like some kind of bull that shot needles at you. Awesome. There's a cool turtle that shoots fire out and like jets from under it that actually lifts it up a little bit. And it's fucking awesome. There's one that when it runs away, it literally it's a lightning lizard. It literally turns into lightning and fucking turns into a lightning bolt, goes in the sky, and then lightning bolts down somewhere else. This game is cool. It's a lot like Monster Hunter, especially if you've played the first one. I mean, it's a lot. There's not as many weapons, not as many moves, but it's a lot more focused because of that. And I cannot say enough good things about it. I highly recommend, if you like Monster Hunter, to go, and I was not paid for this. I mean, fuck, just look at my channel. You think they're gonna pay me for this? I really think it deserves it. It's fantastic. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, see ya.